hours after the shooting of Congressman Scalise, New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney received a threatening email titled, "One down, 216 to go." It reads, here we go, "Did you not expect this? When you take away ordinary people's very lives in order to pay off the wealthiest among us, your own lives are forfeit. Certainly your souls and morality were lost long before. Good riddance." Congresswoman Tenney joins us now. What was your reaction when you got that?
Stuart, it was pretty disturbing to get that message just on the heels of the terrible tragedy to Congressman Scalise and the other Capitol policemen and the staffers that were involved in the terrible shooting this week. We've been getting death threats or similar threats. I wouldn't know if I'd call every one of them a death threat, but threatening messages either through voicemail, email, Facebook messages for months. And
well, when you get this kind of threat, look, when you get this kind of threat, and that was a threat. That was a threat, no question about it. Do you set the police on it and say,
absolutely,
who did this, and go get them? I mean, have you ever prosecuted anybody?
We haven't yet because there hasn't been action attached to a lot of these. So people will come in and they'll hide behind Facebook or an email or a voice message where sometimes we don't know their name, sometimes we do. And everything that we've received since I've been sworn in January 3rd, we have reported to the Capitol Police and our local authorities. And they've been wonderful as providing security. The Capitol Police are phenomenal, obviously. But also locally, my local police have stepped up, and whenever I'm at a public event where they're concerned, I get security.
Chris Collins, your colleague in the House from New York, he says he's going to carry a gun around. How would you feel about that?
I support Chris Collins carrying a gun as long as it's lawful. Of course, I'm a huge Second Amendment supporter. I think we should have concealed carry around the United States. I think we should have it everywhere. In New York's, thanks to our notorious governor, we have one of the most onerous gun laws, the so-called SAFE Act, which has taken away Second Amendment rights from our law-abiding citizens.
I just want to get to this. Lawmakers, both parties, they came together at the baseball game last night. And Democrats handed the game trophy to the Republicans, asking that it be kept in Congressman Scalise's office until he comes back. Now, it was a show of unity, and it was frankly wonderful. A lot of money was raised. Will that unity last?
I think so, and I've mentioned this before. My freshman class actually took an unusual step. We signed a commitment to civility. That means that we are going to tone down the rhetoric, lead on this issue as freshmen, and also always sponsoring legislation, co-sponsoring on a bipartisan way, whether it's legislation, whether it's resolutions, and we always reach out to our Democratic colleagues. And I had the opportunity and asked to sit with my colleague, Democrat Brad Schneider. We have both in common. Our sons are both serving in active duty. My son is a first lieutenant in the Marine Corps, and his son, I believe, is a lieutenant in the Navy. And so we sat together and really enjoyed the game. I got to hop around and meet some other people as well, which was a fantastic experience. You can look at my pictures online. I have a lot of pictures from a bipartisan experience. Brad and I posed with Leader McCarthy, Speaker Ryan and their families. It was really a wonderful event, and it was wonderful that the gesture that they handed the trophy over.
Yes, it was.
I wish the Republicans could have won the game, of course, but you know, hey, we've got the policy on our side, so that's the way I look at it.
Claudia Tenney, always a pleasure.